All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, we are at a time in Nigeria when one can consistently follow the happenings in the country for weeks without finding good news. Go through all the media pages. If it is not a horrible story of kidnap, it is a devastating story of death or heavy corruption in high places that you will find. This is why a survey carried out by a group of renowned Nigerian doctors and psychologists months ago revealed that 4 out of 10 young people in this country are battling depression. Why wouldn't they? To feed is a problem. You can't travel without fear of being kidnapped. And when you surf the net, you can't find good news. But there are few Nigerians who are managing to put smiles on the faces of citizens, at least so people won't perish from hopelessness. One of those men is the governor of ABIA State, Alex OTTI. Few hours ago, news of another international disgrace for Nigeria broke out in the UK. A very shameful occurrence that posed as an embarrassment to every Nigerian. But minutes after the bad news was released, Labour Party's Alex OTTI dropped his own good news, a magnificent feat in Abia State that got the entire country congratulating Abia citizens. Before I show you the international disgrace of Nigeria in the UK and how the atmosphere it brought was quickly cancelled out by Alex OTTI's extraordinary feat in Abia, let me quickly show you this video of Labour Party's incoming governor of Edo State, Olumide Akpata. Akpata is telling Edo electorates that they have nothing to fear as regards their votes counting. See the video.
Asked us about defending the vote. If you fall Mugu once, it's not bad. Now second Mugu, that be the issue. I mean,
yes.
So 2023 they do us the thing, but in Benin we have a parable. The stone that you see from far ought not to blind your eye. So they should come for our eye before it not going to happen again. Abia State conducted elections. There was every effort to frustrate Labour Party, but we prevailed. So defending the vote and all of that's a matter of strategy. Not be on top radio now you can't hear from my mouth how we want to defend the vote. I just need to give you the assurance that our eyes are peeled, our eyes are opened. One of the things we failed to do the last time was to ensure that we had boots on the ground. Today, I'm happy to report to you, Labour Party will have submitted to INEC polling unit agents for all 4,518 units. Because if you don't get people on the ground, that's the beginning of failure. You understand? So that structure is in place. So beyond that, the rest is going to be expo. You don't want to give expo to your opponents. Just take it from us that you can't cry more than the bereaved. You can't be more Catholic than the Pope.
Exactly.
We are on top of it.
You heard him. Labour Party's candidate for the Edo State gubernatorial elections, Barrister Olumide Akpata there, assuring the people of Edo that their votes for the Labour Party will count. And I trust the people of Edo State, the #1 home of obedience, to do the right thing. And Barrister Olumide Akpata is not just any candidate. Honest lawyers will tell you that he remains the best president the Nigerian Bar Association has ever had. And it is even sad enough that the party APC will still want to contest any election in this country. After what they have turned this country into. You turned Nigerians to beggars, dishing out crumbs to them, lying to them every day that things will get better while you swim in affluence. And you are still coming out to ask for votes. It's such a shame. But I trust the people of Edo State to do the right thing. Point blank, period. Now, let us look at news of that international disgrace and how the frustration from it was dampened by news from Abia State. Let's take the updates starting from the international disgrace. Look at how the papers reported it. Just in, Chinese investors take over Nigeria's guest houses in Liverpool to sell on eBay for $2.2 million. A Chinese investment group racing to recover up to $70 million in arbitration awards from Nigeria, has concluded plans to list 2 residential structures it confiscated from the country for sale on global online marketplace eBay. Gazette was told by people familiar with the arraignment. Zhongshan Funsheng Industrial Investment Limited took possession of 2 buildings linked to the Nigerian government in Liverpool, United Kingdom in June 2024, years after Nigeria failed to settle an arbitration judgment handed down in 2021, the Gazette learned. The properties 15 Albert Hall Road, Liverpool, and Beach Lodge 49 Calder Stones Road, Liverpool, were targeted after a December 2021 British court order gave Zhongshan executives the power to seize Nigerian assets in the UK to retrieve the $70 million payment, which remained outstanding as of August 20, 2024, with 2% monthly interest accruals. A consultant working with Zhongshan said the company has been working to put the 2 Liverpool houses up for sale, including on eBay, where the source said up to $2.2 million will be asked for both. They said the value of both properties should be around $2.2 million. So they already put together a plan to sell them to willing buyers, the consultant said under anonymity to discuss client deliberations. Some websites like eBay might bring buyers faster than other methods. Even though the properties belong to Nigeria, they were seized because they weren't listed as Nigerian diplomatic or consular assets. The Gazette learned that those currently occupying the properties had no ties to the Nigerian mission in the UK. It was unclear when Nigeria bought the assets, but a senior judge said its officials had regularly rented out both places to guests. This country is finished though. This country is gone completely. We don't even know what is happening in this country. We are not even aware. These buildings belonging to Nigeria were not listed under Nigeria's diplomatic properties in the UK. They were busy renting the buildings out to people, collecting money. And before you know it now, one thief will pass back and go and purchase that same thing on eBay. Sheyi Tinubu will go and buy those buildings on eBay. I'm telling you. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here by Imhotep says, one day we will wake up and see Aso Rock for sale on eBay. Then we will realize that religious bigots, tribalism and nepotism will lead us nowhere. That is it. And Madi Shehu here says, don't be fooled, because the same houses will end up being purchased by a crude oil crook from Nigeria using proxy. That is it. And Irina here says, by the time our government is done disgracing us, when you travel out and a stranger asks you where you are from, you will tell the person Ghana. And this tweet here by Agbalaka says, Sheyi can buy these too. That is exactly what they will do. They will pass backyard now, use some other cronies to go and purchase those buildings on eBay. And this tweet here by Zuzu says, very soon, they will take over Nigeria embassy buildings in Europe. That is very possible, because the money awarded to them in arbitration was $70 million. And these 2 buildings, they say, are only worth $2.2 million. So we still have $67 million or thereabouts to go. And this tweet by Otumba says, Tulumbu at official bat, they are beating you in your own game. Now you convert public property to private pass. Odogu Chinese don't enter. You know, they thought that every judiciary was like the Nigerian judiciary that they could maneuver. And Olumide Adesina here says, this situation is highly embarrassing and shows little regard for Africa's most populous country in the eyes of the international community. Do we even have regard for our own selves? And after this update dropped, the Nigerian media space had nothing else to talk about aside it. And people were like, who caused this country? All through this August, today is 21st of August, we are yet to hear anything that sounds like good news in this country. If Bayo Ononuga is not lying to us, Ajuri Ngelale is posting fake video. If police is not shooting protesters, our athletes are returning from Olympic without a single medal. What kind of geographical space is this? Then Labour Party came to the rescue, all the way from Abia State, with at least something that reminds us that we are human beings. It is not in any way close to the kind of bad news that came out of the UK, but at least it helps. Look at how the papers reported it. Breaking news: Alex OTTI has approved the renovation of 200 health centers in ABIA State. The ABIA State government has concluded plans to renovate and retrofit 200 existing primary healthcare centers across the state before the end of the year. The Commissioner for Information, OK Kanu, disclosed this while briefing journalists on the outcome of Monday's State Executive Council meeting, which Governor Alex OTTI presided over. He said the projects, which will be executed by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the ABIA State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, had a delivery period of 100 days starting in September. It is a bold step being undertaken by the ministry, and work will commence across the state in those 200 primary healthcare centers in the first week of September, and the delivery of those projects will be somewhere around December. All the 184 wards of the state will benefit from this project. I believe that will be some form of Christmas gift to Abians, Kanu stated. On the recovery of public land taken over by private individuals, Kanu said the committee constituted to that effect had commenced action, starting with the recovery of landed property belonging to the government college, Umuahia. You heard that. All 184 wards in all the local governments in Abia State to benefit from that project. You know what that means? That means about every human being living in that state will benefit. Every single human being. How many governors in the history of this country have embarked on projects that benefit every single human being living in a state? And now Alex OTTI is doing it. He's starting by the first week of September, just few days from today. This tells us that our country may be dying, our country may be sinking, but we can still rally round the right people. They are few, but they are there. We can rally round them to save this country. The people of Abia stood firmly behind Alex OTTI. Now look at what they are benefiting. Nigerians should stand firmly behind Peter Obi and see how he will transform this country when given the opportunity. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. And this tweet by VK says, just the kind of news we need in Nigeria. Waiting happen these days. Bad news full every corner. That is it. Alex OTTI came up with this one to at least, dampen the effect of that terrible news coming out of the UK. This tweet here by Matthias says, and that fool said OTTI will be the last Labour Party governor in Abia. OTTI that is already setting the foundation for other Labour Party governors to follow. Don't mind Ben Kalu. He's a foolish man. And Uche Victor here says, official Ben Kalu, this is our governor, come rain, come sunshine. We stand with Alex OTTI for 8 years. Anybody that is not in support of it should leave Abia. Simple. And Igu here says, official Ben Kalu, how are you feeling right now? You will be so ashamed of your statement soonest. APC will never rule any other southeastern state aside Imo. Bet it with your miserable life. Chai. And Mayor here says, official Ben Kalu, come and see the man you arrogantly want to remove as governor. You go shock when your constituents remove you instead of him. Nwa Mugu. And this tweet by the Fearless says, this is one of the reasons those criminal politicians are angry and saying the man will not win second term. They are enemies of good things. That is it. Anybody that is trying to uproot Alex OTTI from Abia State or trying to move him to APC is evil personified, because it means you are not happy with the good work going on. And that was how the updates from Abia State stepped in to dampen the effect of that terrible news coming out of the United Kingdom. Imagine Nigeria's properties being put on eBay, a platform where people advertise their shoes, advertise their wristwatches, a whole nation's properties being confiscated and advertised on that platform. And then they said the houses were not even registered as diplomatic properties of the country. Meaning some people were using them, were, renting them out and collecting money. That is the situation. Several things are going on in this country that people don't even know of. That is why when I look at people, you know, those Nigerians who are still sentimental when they judge things in this country, I wonder if they have any brains at all. Your country is sinking like this, and all you can think about is still aboriginal sentiments. It is terrible. But I believe more and more Nigerians are waking up by the day. And I hope that Nigerians will be able to completely put away these tribe and religious sentiments that have held us down for so many years, so that we can come together and take our country back. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here, so don't go away. Don't go away.